This is SOL A.8. The student will analyze a relation to determine whether direct or inverse variation exists. So this whole SOL is about direct and inverse variation. Don't forget, those are of the form direct variation is y equals ax, and inverse variation is y equals a divided by x. Which of the following relations represents an inverse variation? So remember, in general, you're kind of looking for x and y to be going in opposite directions, and then you should test, is x times y equal to the same constant? So if I look at x, as x is decreasing, y is also decreasing. That can't be inverse. As x is increasing, y is decreasing. That could be one to try. X is increasing, y is increasing. That's direct. And d, as x is increasing, y is decreasing. So what I'm going to do is test b and d to see which one has a constant of variation. Well, for b, 2 times 18 is 36, 3 times 12 is 36, 4 times 9 is 36, and negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. So that is inverse variation. And just to make sure, you can multiply the ones in letter D, and you'll see that they don't equal the same number every time. Okay, at a given time and place, the height of an object varies directly as the length of its shadow. If a flagpole 6 meters high casts a shadow 10 meters long, find the height of the building that casts a shadow 45 meters long. Okay, the key words there were varies directly. So that tells me I'm using direct variation. Remember, I'm going to plug in my first x and y to solve for a, and then use that in the second part to figure out in relation to 45 meters. Some of you are having a hard time remembering that whole process, so one thing you can try, if you see varies directly, what I want you to do is take the first number and the second number, okay? So take the first number and the second number, okay, so take the first and the second, and I want you to do y divided by x. So I just want you to take the second number, divide by the first, and get some number. Then take that number and multiply by the third number that's listed. So if you do 10 divided by 6 times 45, you get 75 meters. And the reason that's working is because y equals ax, that's essentially the same thing that's going on. When you solve for a, you end up dividing by x. So that's where this ratio comes from. And then when you get that constant, you end up multiplying by x to figure out y. So again, if that's too much to remember, I want you to take the first number listed, make it x. Second number listed, make it y. Do y divided by x, take that number, multiply by the third number listed. And that's if it varies directly. Okay, point A is an element of direct variation. Plot 2 points other than A that are also elements of this direct variation. Okay, so remember, direct variation must go through the origin. So that's one easy point to click, is right there on the origin. This one's telling you to pick 2 though, so you also need to figure out the slope, which is up 1, 2, 3 over 2. And then count from A up 1, 2, 3 over 2. That's the easiest 2 points you could plot. You could do another one up here. That would work too. But those are going to be the only 4 acceptable places you could click to get this one right. Make sure you only click twice because that's how the computer's going to grade it. Okay, a relation is shown in this table. Which statement about this relation is true? So, first of all, take a look. X is increasing. X is increasing while y is decreasing. Okay, x is getting bigger, y is getting smaller. So that tells me it has to be inverse. So it's not A and it's not C. Well, then you know the form for inverse variation is either y equals A divided by x or x times y equals A. B is actually in slope-intercept form. So that doesn't make any sense. So it has to be D because it's the only one in the right form. But then you can also plug in the numbers and check. So is x times y 10? Well, 1 times 10 is 10, 4 times 2.5 is 10, 8 times 1.25 is 10, and 20 times 1/2 is 10. Okay, and that is it for this section.